So many things I absolutely love about this scripture. Culture is constantly pushing us and telling us to go, go, go. God allows rest. You will not be able to continue to finish what He's put inside of you if you don't prioritize rest. A lot of the times we feel like God's not gonna move unless we do something. The Lord is still going to bless you in that resting period. He napped twice and then you woke up, and then the Lord said, now go, because now you're replenished, now you're fired up and you're ready and you're filled, and now you can resume with the race that I put you in. You know that the Lord is seeing all the work that you do and you're allowed to rest. Rest does not mean retirement. Silence culture and the sound of God, let that be the one to prioritize your rest so that you are replenished and restored to resume the race. Hi guys, and welcome back to the F Word. I hope that you guys are well and that you're good. So I come bearing a beautiful word that I discovered this morning during my quiet time, and I think it is so timely. I think that it is so perfect, and I hope that it blesses you and encourages you, especially during this exam season. So let's get into it. The word comes from 1 Kings, and I'm going to summarize it a bit. I'm not going to really read the word, but I'm going to just paraphrase here and there. What happens is that Elijah has been going out doing the work that the Lord has asked him to do, but he's now grown weary and tired because people are out to get him. Jezebel and them are after his life, and he's like, Lord, I'm tired. I'm over it. So many things I absolutely love about this scripture. Okay, first and foremost is the fact that Elijah is vulnerable with the Lord, and this is something that I absolutely love, and this is a theme of life that I will always preach, is vulnerability with God, because God already knows what's going on. But for you to be able to tell him, listen, I'm not okay, I'm weary, I'm tired, for you to do that, it just shows so much humility, and you're allowing the Lord, and you know that God is the only one that can bring peace. That's why you are crying out to him. And I love that God is not a judgmental God. He literally listens and he allows you to vent, and he provided shade for Elijah in the midst of the heat, literal heat. He had a broom tree for him to lie under, for him to just escape the heat that is live currently, and to just rest. God allows us to rest. Culture is constantly pushing us and telling us to go, 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 chase the next thing, hustle or you'll be left behind. There's no time to sleep. Sleep is for the weak. And that's so false. You need rest. God allows rest for replenishment so that you can be restored, so that you are able to resume to run the race. You will not be able to continue to finish what He's put inside of you if you don't prioritize rest. It's exam season. Things are hectic with the capital H, especially because it's end of your exam. This is not June, this is like November. It's crunch time, and we feel like there's absolutely no time to do anything except study. But God is like, no, in the midst of the heat, here's a broom tree for you. You can come down and rest, and you can relax, and I'll replenish you, and I will fill you once again with all that you need to carry on. When Elijah was under that tree, God provided. When Elijah was sleeping, the Lord gave him food and water in order for him to be filled up again to continue with the race. A lot of the times we feel like God's not gonna move unless we do something. Unless I do this, the Lord's not gonna do anything for me. And yes, I get it to a certain extent, like faith without works is dead. But when you are in a resting period, the Lord is still going to bless you in that resting period. He provided cake and water for Elijah, and then Elijah went back to sleep. He napped twice, and then you woke up, and then the Lord said, now go, because now you're replenished, now you're fired up and you're ready and you're filled, and now you can resume with the race that I put you in a way that you are sustained and fulfilled because you allowed yourself to rest, and now you're ready. While I was studying for this word, I stumbled upon this quote by this guy called Bob Dobson. I think he does like a Bible study called Acts 242 study. So it says, the world we live in is one of intense heat, but around the bend is a broom tree where we can get a little shade, a little rest to be able to keep going on life's journey. In order for you to be able to continue with what you have to do, you need to prioritize rest. The broom tree is shade in the desert. It's shade in the heat. It's shade and covering to bring you sustenance and peace in the midst of so much chaos that's going on. So in this exam season, and whatever you may find yourself in, whatever phase of life, whatever it may be, find your broom tree, find something that you can rest under and just relax and know that the Lord is seeing all the work that you do and you're allowed to rest. Go under that broom tree, find your shade and just chill and know that God is going to still be God even while you're under that broom tree. But also remember that being under that broom tree doesn't mean that you're done forever. Rest does not mean retirement. Rest means I'm chilling so that I can be replenished and restored to continue. So I hope that this blesses you. I hope that this shows you that there's absolutely nothing wrong with resting. Please minimize culture. Culture is silence culture and the sound of God. Let that be the one. It's actually funny because when you continue on to 1 Kings 19, there's a part where Elijah is like crying out to God and telling God, listen, like what's he saying to God? Elijah was crying out to God, telling God, I'm lonely, I'm the only prophet that's left. Everyone else has been killed by these people that don't love your people or don't love you. I'm the only one, I'm lonely, all of these things. And then God appeared to Elijah, and not in the way that Elijah wanted God to appear. He expected God to appear in like a fire or like an earthquake or whatnot. But no, God came in a still and silent voice. I really wish I had my Bible so that I could like have this, but I'll insert it somewhere here. He came in a silent voice, not in the hustle, tussle, bustle, craziness. God is coming in a silent, still voice. And how will you hear that if you're constantly on the go, constantly chasing the bag, constantly on the move? Find rest. Find your broom tree and rest, and then go out and do everything else that you've been called to do. But you need to rest. There's so much about 1 Kings 19 that I could really go on about, but I think I'm just going to leave it on that, on the topic of rest. Let's just leave it there. I'll probably do some other things afterwards, because even after that, like Elijah meant Elisha, and now Elijah's not lonely anymore. It's a whole thing about answered prayers, like it's a lot. But right now I just want you to prioritize your rest so that you are replenished and restored to resume the race. But yeah, I hope this blesses you genuinely, and all the best for your exams. You got this.